My boyfriend and I had been talking for weeks about taking a quiet, private trip to the gorge. We'd camped there before, but always with a group. Friends, co-workers, even a few of my boyfriend's cousins. This time it would just be us. No extra voices around the fire, no one else setting up tents. I imagined a couple of days of peace, the two of us alone under the stars. When we arrived at the trailhead and started unloading the car, two men appeared from the tree line. They weren't hikers. Their clothes were mismatched, their hair unkempt. They stared at us for a long moment, eyes cold and measuring, before turning back toward an old, rust-streaked Volkswagen camper van parked nearby. The look they gave us stuck in my mind, but I pushed it aside. We began the mile-long hike to a camping area I knew well from previous trips. I led the way, scanning the familiar spots, looking for the perfect site. Something out of sight from the main path, but still close enough to the river to hear it at night. Up on a rise, I spotted movement. A man was camping further up the hill. I decided to pick a site further down, where we'd be less visible. I could still hear him, though, shouting something to someone unseen. The sound echoed oddly through the trees. By the time we finished setting up, dusk had settled. I told my boyfriend I was going to start gathering firewood. I'd barely taken a few steps when he appeared, tall, gaunt, with eyes that darted over our camp like he was making an inventory. "Need some help?" he asked. Before I could answer, he offered to sell us a bundle of firewood for $10. I laughed a little, awkwardly, pointing out that we were literally surrounded by wood. He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "You won't find much," he said. "We've already cleared it out these past few weeks." That stopped me. "We?" I asked. "How long have you been here?" "Almost a month," he said quickly, then added, "Just me, though." I hesitated, then told him I'd heard him yelling earlier. Yeah, there's some guys I know camping over the other side of the river." His tone was clumsy, defensive. He rambled after that, about being lonely, about coming from Pennsylvania, taking a bus to Lexington, then somehow ending up living in these woods. I knew the place he mentioned. I'd seen homeless people, addicts, and drifters moving in and out of there before. He led us to his camp and my unease deepened. There was enough gear for several people, not one. He claimed he liked camping up top, so he could see everything and everyone. And sure enough, from where his camp sat, he had a perfect, unobstructed view of ours. By then, the forest was almost black around us. He stayed, helping us light our fire, his presence heavy and unwelcome. I kept trying to steer the conversation toward him leaving, but he lingered. When he finally walked back up the hill, I turned to my boyfriend and whispered that there was no way I could sleep here with that man so close. He told me we'd be fine. I wanted to believe him. But as the night deepened, the quiet was broken by the sound of snapping twigs and shifting leaves, slow, deliberate steps moving around our tarp. My stomach turned cold. I didn't need to look to know who it was. I leaned close to my boyfriend and whispered, "Let's get our stuff and get out of here." We moved quietly, leaving the tarp behind so it wouldn't make noise. I'd just shouldered my pack when his voice cut through the dark. "Leaving so soon?" We didn't answer. We just walked faster, then faster still, until we were practically running. The sound of his voice followed us down the trail, calling out for us to come back. The words weren't a request, they were a command. I kept imagining all the possible endings to that night. Robbery, assault, something worse. The lies he'd told about being alone, the supplies for multiple people, the way he positioned himself to watch us. It all felt like the surface of something much darker. We reached the car, locked the doors, and didn't stop driving until the headlights of the main road swallowed us. The next morning I called the rangers. I told them everything.
All he got from us was a tarp, but I am certain we walked away from something far more dangerous than we'll ever know.